Miguel stood frozen in front of the small wooden kubo, his hands trembling, a mixture of disbelief and despair making his knees weak. 5 years. 5 long, grueling years working in Dubai. He had endured scorching sun, back-breaking labor, and endless nights of exhaustion, all for this, he thought. He had sent money home every month, thousands of dollars. Enough, he believed, to build a comfortable life for his mother. Enough to give her a home that reflected even a fraction of her sacrifices. But this couldn't be right. The roof sagged under the weight of old torn nipa leaves, some hanging loose as if threatening to fall with the next gust of wind. The walls had wide gaps where the wind whistled through, carrying with it dust, leaves, and the occasional stray mosquito. Inside, the floorboards creaked dangerously under the smallest weight. There was no electricity, no running water, not even a proper kitchen. Just a thin mattress on the floor, a small wooden table scarred with age, and a few mismatched chairs. "Mama?" he called out, his voice cracking, the sound foreign even to his own ears. "Let me take you back to where it all started." Miguel was just 28 years old when he made the life-altering decision to leave the Philippines for Dubai. The eldest of 4 children, he had carried the invisible weight of responsibility ever since their father passed away from a sudden illness. The memory of that day still haunted him, his father's frail hand reaching for his, the quiet nod of reassurance that Miguel had promised to honor. His mother, Aling Rosa, was a woman of quiet strength. While she worked tirelessly as a laundrywoman, washing the clothes of the wealthy by hand, her knuckles raw, her back perpetually aching. Each night she returned home exhausted, her hair damp with sweat, her face lined with fatigue. Yet she always smiled when Miguel entered the room, offering gentle words that belied her exhaustion. "Anak," she would whisper, voice soft but firm. "Don't worry about me. Just finish your studies. That is enough for me." But Miguel could not finish. Scholarships were rare, tuition costs were high, and the family had barely enough to eat. After countless nights of restless thinking, weighing every possibility, Miguel made the hardest decision of his life. He would leave for Dubai. He would work harder than anyone else, endure the pain, the fatigue, the loneliness. He would give his mother the life she truly deserved. The night before his departure, Miguel held his mother's hands in his own, feeling the roughness of her skin, the weight of years of toil. "Mama, I promise you," he said, voice choked with emotion, "when I come back, you will never work again. I will build you a beautiful house. You will rest. You will be happy." Aling Rosa's eyes shimmered with tears. She hugged him tightly as if trying to impart all her strength into him. "Just come home safe, Anna," she said. "That is all I need." "No, Mama," Miguel said, shaking his head, frustration and love mixing together. "You need more than that, and I will give it to you. I promise." The next morning at the airport, he waved goodbye through a veil of tears. His heart ached with every step toward the departure gate. He was leaving everything familiar, everything safe, and for a dream he could not yet touch. Dubai was hard. Miguel started as a construction worker, the sun merciless above him. His skin darkened, his muscles ached with every swing of a hammer, every lift of a heavy beam. He slept little, ate simple meals, and often wondered if he would have the strength to continue. Every night he would call home, sending encouraging words, careful not to let his mother hear his own struggles. Yet he never complained. Every paycheck, he sent money home, careful to save a portion for emergencies. He learned quickly that survival in a foreign land required not just hard work, but intelligence, foresight, and patience. After months of tireless labor, his boss noticed him. "Miguel," his superior said one afternoon, wiping sweat from his brow, "I've been watching how you work. You are smart. You never miss a day, and you lead by example. I'm promoting you to foreman. More money, better position, more responsibilities." Miguel didn't stop there. He took night classes to expand his knowledge, attended seminars, read every book he could get his hands on, all while continuing to work in Dubai's scorching sun. Slowly, meticulously, he saved every peso, every dirham, every dollar. By his third year, he had become a project manager. His salary tripled, giving him the means to start a small side business, buying and selling construction materials. By the fifth year, Miguel had amassed millions of pesos, not billions, but more than enough to fulfill his promise. He logged into his bank account late one night, staring at the numbers, disbelief mixing with joy. Finally, he whispered to himself, finally I can go home. Finally, Mama can rest. He didn't tell his mother he was coming home. He wanted to see the surprise, the joy on her face, the pride in her eyes. He imagined her running to him, tears streaming down her cheeks, her arms flinging around him in a hug. The plane touched down in Manila, the humid air welcoming him home. He took a bus to his province, then a tricycle to his barangay, heart pounding with anticipation. "Kuya, where to?" the tricycle driver asked. Miguel gave the address, noticing the hesitation in the driver's eyes. "That area? Are you sure?" "Yes, why?" Miguel asked, unease creeping into his chest. "Nothing, sir. Just okay." The journey through his village was surreal. Some houses were new, fresh paint, sturdy roofs. It was showing how families had improved with the remittances from abroad. He felt pride and joy, imagining the impact he had indirectly made. But then they reached his street. Miguel's heart stopped. The kubo, his mother's home, looked even worse up close. The roof had more holes than he remembered. The floorboards were splintered, and the smell of old wood and damp earth hit him in a wave of despair. "Mama!" he called again, voice breaking, louder this time. An old woman emerged, frail, thin, her hair white as snow. But the eyes, those eyes, were unmistakably his mother's. "Miguel," she whispered, "is that really you?" He ran to her, holding her close, feeling her frailty in his arms. "Mom, what happened? Where's the house? I sent money every month. Where did it all go?" Ailing Rosa, weak but composed, smiled gently. "Come inside, Anak. Let me make you some coffee." "No, Mama, tell me, what happened to the money?" She sat slowly on the old wooden chair, hands clasped in her lap. "Your sister, Maria," she began softly. "She got sick 3 years ago. Cancer. The hospital bills were very expensive." Miguel's heart dropped. "What? Why didn't you tell me?" "You were working so hard," she said. "I didn't want to worry you. I used the money you sent for her treatment." "And," Miguel prompted, anxiety rising, "she's okay now, cancer-free. She's in Manila, working. She has a good job." Okay, that's good," Miguel said, trying to steady his racing heart. "But that was 3 years ago. What about the rest?" Aling Rosa looked down at her hands, her face calm. "Your brother Carlo had an accident, motorcycle. He broke his leg badly, needed surgery, therapy. He couldn't work for 2 years. And," Miguel's voice cracked, "he's fine now, mechanic, owns his shop." Miguel sank into a chair, his mind reeling. "And your youngest sister, Anna? She got pregnant. Father left her. I used the money to help her raise the baby and finish school." Miguel's chest tightened. "Where is she now?" "She's a teacher, small apartment, doing well." He looked around the broken kubo, at his mother's tired frame, the worn clothes. "Mama, you used all the money for them?" "They're your siblings, Anak. They're my children. What else could I do?" Tears blurred his vision. "But I sent that money for you, for your house, your life." Aling Rosa smiled, a warmth that filled the room despite the meager surroundings. "A mother's happiness, Anak, is not in big houses. It's seeing her children safe, healthy, alive, successful." Miguel broke down completely, sobs racking his body. All these years he had believed he was taking care of his mother, but she, in her quiet, unyielding way, had continued to care for everyone else. She had sacrificed herself, her comfort, her dreams, her desires. "Mama, you should have told me," he whispered. "I would have worked harder, sent more." "You already did enough," she said softly, her eyes full of love. The next day, Miguel called his siblings. They gathered, shocked by the sight of their mother's living conditions. They cried together, embraced, and shared apologies and understanding. Together, they built a real house. Concrete walls, strong roof, running water, electricity. Maria sent monthly support. Giancarlo helped with construction. Ana furnished it beautifully. 3 months later, Aling Rosa's new home was complete. She cried as they moved her in, overwhelmed. Miguel held her hand. "This is just right. This is what you deserved." Miguel stayed in the Philippines, opened a construction business, worked with Carlo, and every Sunday they shared meals, laughter, and love. Aling Rosa tended to her garden, played with grandchildren, and finally rested. One evening, sitting on the porch, Miguel asked, "Mama, do you regret it? Giving up everything for us?" Aling Rosa smiled, eyes twinkling with quiet pride. "Anak, I gave up nothing. I gained everything. 4 children who love and care for each other. What more could I ask for?" Miguel hugged her tightly. "I love you, Mama. I love you more, Anak." Sometimes, the people we send money to aren't spending it on themselves. Sometimes they are still heroes, still sacrificing everything. Check on your parents, visit them, ask them what they really need. Time is something money cannot buy back,